There's a major problem today with social media and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I saw a video yesterday which really triggered all of this back up. It's a problem that I saw very early on when I first started doing Jiu-Jitsu, 6-7 years ago, whatever. And it's still a problem. And it really annoys me. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and there are a lot of fake ass people out there giving very bad information and bad advice. And I broke out my belt here just so, you can buy it online, of course, but this is my belt. You can check me out on social media. I earned that, so I know what I'm talking about. I just watched a video yesterday by this guy, Chris M, on YouTube. And he did this video basically just talking about all you have to do is resistance train and you'll never get injured in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, first of all, this man is 6'2", 6'3", and 250 pounds. If you are larger than everybody else in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that is a huge benefit, and that is going to help prevent injuries, okay? If you are much larger than everybody else, that is going to prevent injuries. That's basically at a point where as long as you don't injure yourself, you won't get injured. People aren't going to injure you at that point when you have, 100 pounds on everybody, okay? That's first of all. Second of all, this guy is fucking roided out of his fucking mind, okay? And newsflash, almost everybody in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is fucking roided out, okay? Look to that fucking, middle-aged purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu who's in great fucking shape. Listen to me, guys. That's steroids. That's testosterone. Those are exogenous hormones being injected into the muscle. Go look at pictures of bodybuilders from the 40s and 50s before they invented anabolic steroids. That is the pinnacle of, strength and fucking definition and stuff like that. That's the absolute best that a man can look, and those are genetic freaks, okay? We haven't changed that much in 60 years as humans. We have not evolved to a point where we can look like those Greek fucking statues. Anybody who looks like a Greek fucking statue is shooting fucking steroids, okay? Anyone who looks like a bodybuilder is shooting fucking steroids. We've been going on in society for so long, playing coy, oh my god, people who look like Arnold Schwarzenegger can look like that naturally. It's not fucking true, okay? Almost all these people are on steroids. I mean, just in jiu-jitsu in general, such a large percentage of people are taking steroids. At the very least, they're taking testosterone, and they're taking, they call it TRT or HRT, testosterone replacement or hormone replacement therapy. But even still, these therapy treatments, they're not putting you at normal ranges. They're putting you at the high end of normal ranges or the low end of the high range. You know what I'm saying? You're not fucking at where the average 30-year-old, 40-year-old is. You're still gonna be almost double what they are. And it's going to be more consistent because normally you produce testosterone based on a bunch of different factors in your body. Obviously any hormone that you have to make, you need the raw materials for it, and you need the right factors. So when you're shooting yourself with testosterone, you're getting a much more consistent dose of testosterone that your body can rely on. So when you're doing it naturally, you have, even though you're only at half, some days you might even be lower, and some days you might be a little bit higher, but it's just way less consistent. And that makes recovery much harder. Recovery when you're doing fucking testosterone is unbelievable. It's almost better than being 18 years old. like where you can roll at night and wake up and like you're basically fine, and go roll the next day and roll like 5 days in a row and like you're totally fine. Like legitimately, testosterone will do that for you if you're like 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. It doesn't matter what age you are. It'll fucking make you feel like that. Absolutely insane. And it helps with healing. It absolutely helps with healing. Those like little injuries that compound over time and build up absolutely helps with those. Absolutely. So, you know, you hear all these people, a lot of these people, they're telling you, oh, you know, just do this, just do that, you know, just watch who you roll with, and just roll smart, and just don't do these moves. And it's so, that sounds good in theory, guys. I'm telling you, it doesn't fucking work. It's fucking combat. You're fighting. And, you know, to be good, to get good at jiu-jitsu, you have to fight with a lot of different people. Everybody. And like, you know, part of martial arts, like part of why we're doing this to begin with, is to like conquer fears and to build courage and to be stronger and to test ourselves. And like we do that by like not denying fucking fights with people, especially someone you don't know. Like you don't know someone, you go to like a camp, you know, a summer camp or something, a jiu-jitsu camp, like what are you gonna watch everybody roll first? Like, no, it's completely impractical. You're just gonna have to roll with people that you've never rolled before with, and it's a fucking fight, and you have no idea how it's gonna go. You don't know other people. Like, there's one thing you learn doing jiu-jitsu is how different everybody is, and you have no idea what you're gonna get with anybody. And, you know, especially like someone like me, I'm a very skinny person. I'm like 150 pounds. Doesn't matter what I do. I can't put on weight, and like my body just doesn't put on weight. So for me, I've always gone up against people who are at least 30 pounds heavier than me, usually like 50 pounds heavier than me, and very oftentimes 100 pounds heavier than me. People who are almost double my fucking weight. Like, you're just gonna get injured. It's just, things are gonna hurt, and you're gonna have physical problems. And anyone who tells you that you're not going to, or that you only have to do these certain things to avoid it, they're fucking lying to you, or they have a very unique experience because they're larger than 99% of fucking humans and they inject themselves with exogenous fucking hormones. I promise you guys, be good, be safe, and train jiu-jitsu. It's good. Do a little bit of it. It's good. It's okay to fucking beat your body up a little bit, but don't let these people lie to you and say that, you know, you're not gonna get hurt. It's gonna be fine.